Welcome to the Dear Love and Lust podcast. Obviously, Bklyn, Shay, and myself, Maine Event. We're your hosts for this podcast, which is a fun and entertaining advice, commentary, production, love, sex, and relationships issues. We're basically in the same lane as the Dear Abby. We're not professionals, although we have professional experience, life experience.
Absolutely.
We're just here to have some fun and answer some questions.
That's it.
And our advice may be great and also entertaining. So, but it's up to you to choose what to do with it.
I like that. Choose what to do with it. Pretty
She
much.
gives you the woman perspective. I give you the man perspective, and we make it happen.
Yes, we're going to make it happen. So this particular episode is episode number 3.
This is 3. It is
All
called
right.
Come and Talk to Me.
Come and talk to me, Jodeci, right? Shout out to Jodeci. That was our era. Oh my gosh, the good times.
Mm-hmm.
Thinking about those moments when it was like, hey, say, all right, Devontae. That's some good stuff. All right, so because probably more than likely new people are tuning in and stuff like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So give a little bit about who is Maine. What's up with you?
You always want me to talk about myself, but it's
will.
all good. I will talk about myself.
Yes, you should.
Maine is father. I am also what you call a promoter, even though it's COVID-19 and we're not really doing much events.
Mm-hmm.
I am also a photographer. I am also a DJ. I am also I work in the schools.
Okay.
So
Mm-hmm.
that's what I am.
So you are vital to our community, basically. Okay.
Yeah, I guess I'm essential. You can say that. Yeah.
You are an essential employee. Go ahead on now, because you're still making it happen. All right. Still making it happen. Enriching the lives of our youth. So those are good things. Those are good qualities and stuff.
And who are you?
I'm also a parent, right, of 3 young adults. So I don't have little babies no more. Thank you, God. Okay, so excited about that part. So I'm getting ready to live my best life.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I is. A poet, spoken word poet, artist,
Yes, that's how I
social
met
worker. Yep. Businesswoman.
Mm-hmm.
And all in facets of an entrepreneur, right? So just different things that I do. I don't just focus on one thing. And I'm all about women empowerment. I'm all about the community and, just enriching the lives of others.
Mm-hmm.
And inclusive of myself. Because if I don't take care of me, I can't take care of nobody else.
True story.
Founder of H.E.R Simple Monologues, co-vice president for United Sisters of New York. Shout out to United Sisters of New York. And active participant in Body and Soul by Takia Knight. All right, so I want to make sure to plug all of those wonderful ladies and their businesses and stuff like that and what they got going on. So it's just, I'm about the people, about life, about living, culture, everything. So that's it. And auntie. Let me not forget, I'm an auntie and I'm a sister.
I'm like,
okay,
you take care of everybody.
I have a ton of nieces and nephews. All right, my father has 8 children, and out of the 8 children, he has a total.
Father.
Yes, my father down in Bklyn, New York. Shout out to my pops. All right, and my mother definitely, but my mother's in Georgia and he's down there. Well, anyway, right. So he will have come this December 12 grandchildren. And I am like...
Somebody's expecting?
Yes, my youngest. One of my youngest sisters, she's expecting in December. So I'm very excited for her. Shout out to Tasha. Get your life. Oh my God, it's her first baby. It's her first baby. So I'm very excited for her. Yeah, so that's who Bklyn Shay is. Yes. And, part of this amazing opportunity that Maine has put before me. So I am here as his co-host on this particular, Dear Love and Lust podcast. So thank you for the opportunity, sir.
You are quite welcome. It's my pleasure. Literally. I got treated to food. I'm in a I took over her chair.
He did. He's in the big chair today. Let him live. Let him live. I'm over here. I keep trying to tell y'all. See, I know how to be submissive to some degrees.
I don't know why you say submissive.
No,
this isn't submission.
No, that is. It's a form of, letting someone else lead and stuff like that. You understand what I'm saying?
I understand.
That's what I mean when I say that. Submission, people take that too far and they really be like, oh, yeah, somebody's bowing to your feet. No. Mm-mm. It's the ability to be able to allow somebody to take reign over something that, is ultimately part of you or anything like that. So, whatever. I'm just, speaking the truth. I've heard that I can be a bit controlling. So, which just comes into come and talk to me. So
we got a few questions.
Was that
today.
A good segue? Yes.
That was a good segue. We actually got a good number of questions.
Yes, we did. Shout out to our listeners. Absolutely. I got my little inbox. I was like, hold on a minute, because I don't have access. Maine, he's controlling that part.
Oh no, I can get you access.
I don't have access to the question.
I can give you access.
I got my little inboxes, and I was like, ooh, okay. So I do know who you are, but I hooked you up. So nobody ain't gonna be able to tell at all.
It's Dear Love and Lust. That's the podcast.
There we go.
I mean? So, all right, here's the deal. The first question. We got a few today. But for some reason, they all seem to tie together.
This is crazy.
Which is why,
I promise you.
It was easy to come up with the subject and title of this episode as Come and Talk to Me.
Right.
First one says, why is it when a woman is open and approaches the man first, instead of beating around the bush, he looks at her differently than a woman that waits for the man to approach her, which might not never happen? Why can't a woman be the assertive one, and sometimes without being misjudged? From Miss Aggressive, aka Miss Assertive. So basically what she's saying is, why can't a woman make the first move? That's basically what it is, right? My longest relationships, the woman made the first move.
Okay.
So I'm not a person that thinks it's
taboo.
Basically. My ex-wife, she sparked the conversation. She asked me if I looked like somebody that if I knew somebody that, forgot the person's name, but she asked me if I looked like, because I resembled something. Come to find out, it was somebody she used to like.
Oh, okay.
So that sparked the conversation.
Mm-hmm. And that led to y'all being together on that type of level.
You know what I mean? And she was a very attractive, shapely woman when we met.
Okay.
Still is. I just don't like her no more.
You know what? Scratch the record. Okay, the record has a scratch. Ricka. Okay, we're not there with that. No, we're not. Okay, but I understand that particular part. Well, the aggressor, right? The approacher. Women, in this day and age, I really don't see this question too much. You know what I'm saying? That women are not asking this question because we are assertive and we are going after the things that we want. At least the circle of people that I'm around.
Especially
they don't wait.
Women over 35.
Right. It's like who is
especially women over 40. I'm 42, right?
Yeah.
I seem to attract women that are older than me. Mm-hmm. That literally, they will tell me exactly what they want, how they want it, when they want it. And
right.
That's it.
They know what they want.
And I'm sitting here like, okay. Mm-hmm. Then you have younger women. They are trying to assert themselves because they are tired of being lumped in with the whole traditional values things. You know what I mean? Everybody is everybody's got that WAP. Everybody is that just trying to be their own, they like Meg the Stallion type vibes, if you understand what I mean.
I understand what you mean. But answering, Miss Aggressive question, I don't think you're aggressive. I think that you're asserting yourself and you're going after what you want or what you potentially feel you want. So if you see someone and you're like attracted to them and because that's the first thing you're seeing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Unless you've been in I don't know, some type of really communication with them where you dived in and heard some of their intellect. You normally seeing the first thing that you see in the physical side of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So go for it. It's like the worst thing that somebody could do is tell you no, and no man should be looking at you differently because you decided to go and say something to him first and he just didn't have the balls to do it. Okay, so I don't know. That's the way I feel about it. It's like, all right.
You see, the reality is in her position, and there are actually some men that don't like when
they're approached.
Yeah, they don't.
They really don't.
They don't feel that
because they feel like what, she's a hoe.
No, well, that might be one thing, but I think it's more the whole. They feel like it's almost like how the trend on social media. Suddenly, women are proposing to men.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, I've seen
that type of energy seems to go into when.
Because it's as if you're not allowing a man to be a man. Is that what it is?
Yeah, men tend to want to be the hunters, not the hunted.
Right. I get that. But they are comfortable with being the hunted when somebody is openly saying, okay, meet me in the bathroom. So it's like if you giving up the punani right then and there, they comfortable with that. But they ain't comfortable with someone saying, hey, I would like to get to know you a little bit better. Maybe we could go on a date. You know what I'm saying? It really is a double standard. It always is. But
well, here's the thing. I do believe that people pick and choose when they want to feel a certain type of way. That's just human nature, in my opinion.
Dive in a little bit more on that. What you mean?
All right.
Say feel the type of way. Go ahead.
So there are some people that are very freaky. They have all their little toys and all their little things, and when they're with somebody that they actually really, really like,
okay, they
go crazy and do all out. But at the same time, if somebody is doing that with someone that they're like a friend of theirs is doing it with somebody that they just met and only know for a short time, all kinds of judgment. Same sexual acts. Okay. The only difference is the length of time. People. Right. So that's what I mean. Like they can feel some type of way when they choose to feel some type of way.
Interesting. All right.
It can go to politics. It can go to stuff people post on social media.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. It could do a lot, but the whole ultimate thing, she wants to know why can't women be aggressive, or should I say assertive, right?
Yeah.
Without it being misjudged, and pretty much because ultimately it appears that it's a double standard.
It is, yeah.
It's just a double standard, and it's unfortunate. But honey, you keep going after what you want in life, because it's just like a job, all right? You want to go on a job, you want that job, you're going to assert yourself, and you're going to go get it, all right? Eventually, you're going to tap into the man that welcomes that, and he is going to be okay with you reaching out to him and, asserting yourself to say that you would like to get to know him a little bit better. I don't ever feel like anyone, not just a woman, should dumb themselves down and just not go after the things that they want in life. Life is too short for that.
That's true.
All right. You good with that?
Yeah, I think I'm good with that.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, you just got to be you. You know what I mean? So, if the dude has an issue with you approaching, then that might not be the dude for you.
That's not.
One of the biggest lessons I've learned being a man, we are visual creatures. What glitters isn't always gold.
Say that again. Please say that again for the man. Say that again.
What glitters is not always gold.
Say that. I heard that. And I felt it in my soul. Yes, I did. Okay. Professional. Get my lap together. Shippy shit. Love that we did that at the same time. It's beautiful.
It is.
Let's see. Well, this gonna make a loud sound.
You gonna break stuff?
I'm trying.
Why are you popping it?
Let me see, because I want that. There.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the starting point right there. That's where when I do the editing, I'll build that sound. Amazing.
It's like, there we go. I want all of that.
You got all that.
Like, woo, here we go. Dear love and lust. Like,
Yes, it is once again Bklyn Shay, Maine Event. We're back. Took a minor break and I got little glitter dots all over me. Second question of the day. I've been dating someone from my past. Things were going great. Then, without notice, he started pulling back. I attempted to talk with him about it, but he keeps our conversation so short now. There is never an opportunity to really have the talk. Just be friends or move on is the question. I'm just so confused on where we stand and where we're going. Please help. Miss Confused.
Lord.
You start.
Nope.
Nope. You start.
Absolutely not. That is too close to home.
Wait, what do you mean that's too close to home?
Too close to home. That's all I'm gonna say. I've experienced this wonderfulness, okay? And let me get my professional side on. Okay. Miss Confused.
All right, you really want me to go first?
I really want you to go first because I really want to hear from you. But I'm gonna go. I'm gonna dive because you asked me to do it, so I'm gonna be professional. Okay. Set my stuff aside, okay?
That's that submissive stuff again.
That's the submissive side again, okay? So, all right.
I'm listening.
Miss Confused, where do we stand? I would say keep trying to have that conversation. That's what I would say because it could be a lot about what the other person is dealing with and not about you. So sometimes we could get into our own way and overthink a lot of things and not really, grasp what took place to get y'all to this point, So I would say have a visual, meaning in-person conversation versus trying to have this via phone, via text. Because then the person can't run, technically, with their body language, their nonverbals, or anything like that. And you'll really know if the person is bullshitting you or not. You know what I'm saying? Because a person could tell you whatever they want to tell you over the phone and via text, okay? But when you see that person and really dive in and ask the question, like, what's really good? What's going on? If you're an adult, the person should answer you, okay? And should have that uncomfortable conversation if it's going to be uncomfortable. But I would say absolutely don't give up. Just attempt, if you really care for the person. If you really care for the person, don't give up. Just attempt to have that conversation in person. That's it. What would you say now?
All right. So I'm going to actually just go and break this question down. I'm going to start from what the very first sentence says. I've been dating someone from my past. So the question I have, what past? Is it your love and relationship past? Is it somebody you knew growing up?
Right.
Is it a, ex-boyfriend of a homegirl of yours? Like, what is the past situation? But
that part don't even, it matters, but it doesn't matter because the whole thing is that she goes into stating that the person is pulling back. Okay.
Well, for the purpose of my response, it does matter.
Oh, it does matter. Okay, excuse me. Go ahead.
Because if you're dating someone from your past, you already have an idea who this person is.
Okay.
You said things were going great, then without notice, he started pulling back. If he's from your past, that means there was a disconnect in your past. Whatever reason or whatever happened with that disconnect might have triggered the pulling back in the current situation.
Okay.
See, we always quick to look at what the other person is doing or how we feel, but we never actually look at what we're doing personally for ourselves.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying.
I'm still going.
Go ahead on. Because it seemed like this hitting home for you. You looking like, I'm diving in here. Go ahead on now. You resonate with this one a little bit?
I understand where she's coming from, but I also understand the other side.
Okay. Come on then.
So she attempted to talk with him about it,
Right.
but he keeps our conversation short now. He's trying to be nice.
Oh. Okay.
He's trying to be nice.
All right.
He actually probably does like her. He likes spending time with her, but at the level that he wants.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
She may want something more, something different, something extra.
Mm-hmm. He does not appear to want that. From the question. We don't know. Because again, do the disclaimer. We are not what?
We're not experts.
We are not experts.
But here's what I'm saying.
There's people that been through some shit.
That's accurate. That's
right.
accurate as hell.
Mm-hmm.
So, since he's keeping your conversation short, that should tell you something right there and then. Okay, this is not something he wants to talk about. Now, I do understand, in fairness, yes, you want to be able to have a conversation and get your information and figure out, all right, what is it? What are we doing?
Right.
But at the same time, you actually already know the answer.
Right, because what I told you the last time we recorded, right? I said someone's silence is a response, okay? And I mean that wholeheartedly. It's like if they're not responding to you, they're giving you your answer, okay? Like you're not that important, okay? One, you're not a priority. Two, all right? Mm-hmm. And you might, like Maine said, and I agree with that, you might believe that y'all have more than what is on the table, okay? That's all. But you deserve, and he deserves as well, to be completely transparent with you and honest about where you stand so that you're not dragging your feet. And as I said before, please let the person go if you do not mean them any good, okay? It's like, don't stop somebody else from their blessing because you want to still hold on to them, though you don't want to really be with them. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, that is the most selfish thing you can do. So if you truly want this person and you care enough to hear what this person has to say, I say again, do it face to face. Because he can't run from that.
Well, I think the thing that she's not realizing is...
he's avoiding the conversation.
No.
You don't think he's avoiding the conversation?
She wants something more than what it actually is.
Okay, but do you still think he's avoiding the conversation? I mean, you can't...
he's just cutting her short because he already knows the answer.
But he need to give it to her.
No, he's already told her the answer.
You think he told her by his silence? That's not communicating, man. That's not communicating.
Listen to what I'm saying, Shay.
I'm hearing it.
If I meet a young lady if I link with a young lady that I've known for a while,
right?
We were either in a past relationship or we're trying to rekindle, or we were talking back in the day. Now we're trying to have a relationship. Mm-hmm. She's going to know where I am at in my life in comparison to what she may want me to be at in her life. Mm-hmm. If a man is not trying to do more,
right?
If he's not giving you the signals, if he's not talking about marriage or do you want to move in and all this other stuff,
right?
There's no need to ask the question.
I got you. So it would be the same thing of just saying, just leave it where it's at. However, I just don't agree with that. I believe, because she's saying that everything was all good in the beginning. Everything was all good. And then all of a sudden he started pulling back. So something happened. Okay. Something happened to make him start pulling back. Maybe he was moving too fast. Because some people do that. Like, and I've experienced that, where the person got scared and they told me later on, trust me when I tell you, because it has happened.
Shay.
And no, listen to what I'm saying, okay? Because Maine ready to go there. We trying to have this conversation. But the person, and we're still friends to this day. However, ain't no way, shape, or form I cut it off, because I'm like, first of all, I need somebody that's consistent. You're inconsistent. You appear to want something else or whatever like that. That's why I said it was close to home for me, because when it happened, I was like, okay, I'm confused. And then the person ended up telling me later on or whatever what the real deal was. And the real deal was, it was more about him than it was about me. And at the time, he was feeling like he was falling too deep, and he couldn't give me what I needed at the time. Like, I was like, I'm not trying to just have a fling. So if you're not in this wholeheartedly...
Why did you feel you needed to hear that from him? Because in my opinion, you already knew that.
I already knew it, but still, you don't want to assume anything. I never want to assume anything. I want to hear from the horse's mouth. So regardless of me, I already...
Don't actions speak louder than words?
They do, but we're adults, and I'm a communicator, so I need to hear dialect. Whether I want to, really, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is the misconceptions that people feel that, okay, you started something with somebody, but then all of a sudden you start acting funny and shit, and I'm supposed to just fall back and be like, okay, I get it. He really don't want to fuck with me. No, nigga, I need to hear you say that out your damn mouth. Okay, I don't want to assume anything, because then when you start seeing me walking out with Tom, Dick, and Harry, don't come approach me inappropriately saying, oh, we're dating and you're my girl or something like that. You understand what I'm saying? So
here's the
that's
thing.
my point.
I hear you. Your point is valid.
Right.
But I'm trying to get at, what I'm trying to get at, and the point I'm trying to make is,
I had my answer.
You had your answer.
She obviously has her answer. That's what you're trying to say.
Usually 9 times out of 10, when this is the question and this is the issue, the woman has actually done something to change the vibe of the relationship.
The woman.
But listen to what I'm saying.
The woman. The woman has done something.
Listen to what I'm saying.
The woman has done something. Maybe the man did something to change the dynamics, and the woman reacted to it. Okay.
I can't even finish my
sentence. You are going to finish your sentence, but this is the real. This is love and their love and lust. Okay. We're getting real with it.
Here's what I mean by the woman changed the dynamic of the relationship.
And I'm gonna shut my mouth. Go ahead.
They were cool. They were vibing, and she decided she wanted something more. She brings that up. He pulls back. That's your answer there. Now here's the thing. When you see that action occur, you don't go and repeat the question. You know why you don't go and repeat the question?
Tell me.
Because you already know the answer in your heart. Look, you already know the answer in your heart.
I'm listening.
And you already know what the vibe is. You were just hoping that it would be something more.
Right.
Now I've been on the other end. I've been in the female situation of this question. I know the feeling.
Thank you.
And the reason why I'm able to say what I'm saying right now is because most of the time when I try to push for something more, the relationship ended. Because I was thinking about me and what I wanted.
Right.
I wasn't thinking about what the other person wanted.
Okay. So let me just tell you something. I feel all of that in what you're saying. When I come into a situation with anybody, all right, especially nowadays, all right, I'm putting it out on jump after experiencing what I've experienced, and I put it out there. I am not looking for a fling, all right? If you're not coming into this to have something to build with, and we both obviously can decide that once we start dating and seeing whether or not if we like each other on that level, that we would go that far. You know what I'm saying? Because what I mentioned before, people forget to date and they just jump right into a relationship.
But see, this is not what that situation. This is not.
She says she's dating someone from her past. Okay, without notice, he just started coming back. All right. She attempted to talk to him. That's what she's saying. But it is the same thing in terms of the coreness of it. You don't think it is?
You already have a guideline set.
Yes, I do now.
This
you don't
is
think
not
that
the
don't
case
sound like
in this
that?
question.
Okay.
In this question,
no.
This is.
He's pulling back. Matter
of fact, I'm gonna tell the whole story.
Break
matter of fact, we're gonna put the camera right on me this time.
Yeah, please do.
I'm gonna really break this down. All right, we're looking at this.
Because I'm like, yo, this is you kidding me.
This is what happened. So, she was out and about, probably hanging with her homegirls. Went to a nice event, and at the corner of the eye, she noticed somebody handsome. That somebody handsome happened to be a friend that she already knew. So it was easy for her to walk up to him and approach her, or vice versa. He walked up and approached her, and they were vibing. They might have exchanged numbers. They might have danced the night away. They might have went home with each other. They might have hooked up. They might have hooked up after that night. They might have kept in touch. They might have hung out. Hey, you want to go get something to eat? Nothing in the conversation has actually engaged into being a relationship. However, there are relationship-like tendencies that are occurring. Whether it's sex, whether it's hanging out, whether it's, they're already familiar, so it's not like, oh, come to my mom's, we're having food on Sunday for Sunday dinner. It's not like it's a big deal. We already know each other. We already vibing. Now, because it's so comfortable and convenient, she wants something more. Or she wants to know that this is going to be something more. But what ends up happening, and what becomes the issue, is he's not ready to answer that question or even go there. He's not even thinking about that. Because 9 times out of 10, this dude is probably still trying to figure out his life and build his empire and what he wants for his legacy and dynasty. Do you understand me now?
Let me just get back into this, okay?
Do you understand me
I
now?
understood you when you first started opening up your
No,
mouth
you
about
did
it.
not.
Yes, I did. And I still don't agree with it. I still don't agree with it. I still believe that in this day and age, people need to be adults, okay? So if she's trying to have the conversation with you and on his end, he does not want to have the conversation, then yes, a woman can determine for herself and be like, you know what? Fuck you. Go ahead on with yourself, and I'm just gonna move myself out of the equation. Because you said I could be vulgar, and I'm gonna be that person.
But I'm saying, why is it gotta be?
Because how you saying it is basically like, yo, he giving her answer. She got it. She just want more, and he don't want to give it to her. Okay, but she's also trying to have a conversation. I could see if she wasn't trying to have the conversation with him, then that's a whole nother different story. But she's trying to have the conversation with him, and he's avoiding it. So that's to me is little boy tendency. That's a little boy in a grown ass man body. That's how I believe it.
I'm too specific with words. She said the conversations are short now.
Right.
They've had to talk. See what I'm saying? They had to talk.
She said they are short. She didn't say that I told him.
He keeps our conversations so short now.
That she can't have it with him. She says, I attempted to talk with him about it.
There's never really an opportunity. See, here's the thing.
Attempted.
She wants the talk to go her way. The talk has already happened.
Lord have mercy.
Do you not see it?
I don't see it. We're going to move on. We're going to move on because we agree to disagree on this one, okay? This is it. We get to the nitty gritty now. Come and talk to me, all right? We want to know what y'all think about this particular one. Since Maine and I can't, obviously, we don't need to agree on everything. But what are y'all views?
This part will definitely be on the Facebook highlights.
Please. I want to know.
Page.
What are y'all thoughts on this process? Do you believe that this young lady should absolutely just let it go and move on with herself because he done gave her answer without him really giving her his answer? Okay, that's, to me, like you said, to me, that's a punk ass move. All right, that you just.
Here's the thing. It is if you are really not listening. If he is actually listening to you and cutting you off short.
Okay.
If you're both listening to each other, he heard you what you said, and he said what he said, and he's cutting you short without an explanation. But there's also the possibility that he's giving an explanation.
There is a possibility. She says she's confused, so that means that he's not being clear. That's it. And I don't care what you say. He is not being clear. And myself, I need clarification. I'm sorry. And it may seem overpowering, overzealous, or whatever.
Honestly,
I don't care.
The only reason why I can side with this dude.
You wouldn't want to answer. If you vested.
I'm about to tell you, yes. I used to be in that position where I was confused. Answer, right? But here's the thing. I was getting my answer. It was told to me not only through actions, but actually through words.
Through words? Okay.
But because it wasn't what I wanted to hear.
You kept going.
It was like, you ignored what you didn't want to hear because you were looking for something specific for you.
Okay. I could get that. I can agree with that.
Have this conversation. Have this conversation. Say I like you. I really want to go out with you. What do you say?
I would say no because we're friends and I want to keep it that way.
But listen. But can't friends be great relationships?
They can, but the way that my friendships and relationships normally end up, they go left. And because I really like you,
aren't our
can I
relationships?
finish it? Because I really like you as a person and as a human being, I don't want to fuck that up. Okay?
But if you like me, so what's the problem?
The problem
we
is,
won't mess it up. Our relationship is special. You see how you have told me specifically where you're at?
But that's different than
but
what
I'm
this
not
person
listening.
is.
No, it's not.
Lord
this is what the vibe is.
You think that's the vibe? Okay.
That's the vibe.
He trying to be mad extra right now.
We supposed to be cutting this off on
trying to be mad extra. I don't agree with it. Okay, because you know what to say right now. So there is a difference. All right, cool. All right, whatever.
Gosh.
Okay, man. All right, we good on that.
You understand my point of view, man?
I've been understood your point of view. I just don't agree with it. So this is
all right. All right. What's the next question?
Okay. They all seem the same. All right, come and talk to me. All right, here we go. We got Miss Empty Cup now. Okay, so I've been seeing this guy, truly a good guy. However, his words don't line up with his actions. He tells me he loves me, but I'm definitely not feeling the love. He used to text and call me throughout the day, but he slowed down on that. I need you to stop. It's still early in our relationship, but if he's already being inconsistent, should I just cut it off now? I don't want to get all caught up giving my all to someone only offering me an empty cup of love. Signed, Miss Empty Cup.
I like Miss Empty Cup better than Miss Confused because she's already like, well, should I cut it off now?
Right. Because
she's reading his actions and his words combination-wise, and she's not feeling it.
Right. So,
she's going to give him the opportunity to basically explain before she really cuts it off. Mm-hmm. But she's good either way. That's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah, I got that vibe. And again, because it ties so much into Miss Confused, but Miss Confused was definitely confused.
I have a feeling Miss Confused is always confused when she's in relationships.
Potentially, because if she goes in too fast, you know what I'm saying? Which could be a lot of people's problems, but that's neither here nor there.
Fast is relevant.
It is. Truly.
It's relevant to the person.
It is. Truly. Because people just take that. Anyway, that's a whole other topic. So let's answer this. All right. Should she cut it off, man? What you think?
If she's not feeling the vibes, you know what I mean? Says, yes, he's a good guy.
Yeah,
his words don't line up with his actions. So if that's not the case, then she values actions, which I think most people should, and that's what you're supposed to do.
Right.
So if they're not matching up,
let it go. I would absolutely agree with that. Okay? Nobody needs to be strung along. Nobody needs to be dragged into the mud with your little inconsistencies, because that's one thing. That's one of my pet peeves. I can't stand.
And here's what's going to happen. She don't actually even have to wait for the explanation. Cut them off. If you're not feeling it, cut it off.
Right.
Because what's going to happen?
He going to do, you already know. You like, what's wrong? Everything's okay?
We cool? We not hanging out? No, right. I'm good.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
You're good.
Right.
What's the problem? That conversation is going to happen regardless.
It will happen. It will unfold. It will unfold, and you will get the answers that you want. Truly.
He really don't care.
Truly. Yeah. Because if he truly don't care, if you really don't care, Miss Empty Cup, definitely, I always say give people the benefit of the doubt, and that when people show you who they are, believe them. Okay. So if he's already showing you that he's inconsistent, and this is just me from my experiences with people that are inconsistent, they're gonna continue to be inconsistent. All right, unless you call them out on their shit, so that you're mirroring it up to them. That I don't know if you're aware of it, brother, or sister, or person, or whomever, right? But this ain't gonna work for me, because you have to have standards and boundaries.
Here's a couple points I want to make with these two questions. All right, confused was
confused.
Not even that. They're dating.
Yes.
Dating.
Yes, she says they're in a relationship. This one.
Dating implies getting to know each other, trying to make and see if we should be in a relationship.
Right.
This one says relationship.
She said relationship.
It's still early in our relationship,
Mm-hmm.
so that could also still be dating because it's early.
Yeah.
Dating is a form of relationship.
It is. It is.
But it's not actually that committed level that...
They have a strong foundation, basically. Right. This is not saying that they have a strong foundation.
Right.
It's
this is
like,
just saying, you know...
Right. It's still early.
We looked at the property. That's basically what it is.
Okay.
We looked at the property, you know.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to talk it over with the mortgage company and see if we're going to make it happen.
See where it's at. Okay. No, I feel you on that one. So, yeah, on that, we'll at least, you know, okay, we agreeing on this one, you guys. We agreeing. We ain't going to ask y'all,
but it's the same thing on both. Like, it's really the same thing. All right.
Okay.
I've been seeing this woman for months now. She is wife material. Whatever that is. She has been hurt a lot in her past, which at times shows her in a vulnerable... shows in her vulnerability and sensitivity to certain things that I do. I'm trying to understand and work through things with her, but I don't know if I have what it takes to be that man for her. Ooh, that's a responsible line right there. I don't want to end things with her, but I find myself pulling back. How do I address my concerns with her without putting her in a negative mindset? Why do I feel like
he go with Miss Empty Cup? Wait a minute. Yeah. Mr. Concern is going with Miss Empty Cup. Let me find out that you think so?
One of the two, yo.
I think it's the cup.
One of the two.
Go ahead on now. This is so funny. If
that is
hilarious, okay? But, okay, whatever.
I've been seeing this woman for a few months. She is wife material. She has been hurt a lot in her past, which at times shows in her vulnerability and sensitivity to certain things I do.
Wow.
You go first, because I got one word to answer all of these.
All right. He said, how do I address my concerns with her? Talk to her. Hello. Let's have an adult conversation. I'm going to say it again. How many times have I said here that the communication is everything? If you're not communicating with somebody, then you are just leaving the floor open for someone's mind to wander and to do stuff like that. And to me, honestly, I feel that is the most selfish thing you can do, to leave someone in a state of limbo. Like, you really should communicate. Like, if you just start switching it up, that is so disrespectful to me. I just think that's disrespectful. I think that you really should.
Is this your questions?
Right. Yeah, I really think it's disrespectful. Like, you need to be completely honest with people and just talk to them.
All right, here's what we're
so go
gonna
ahead,
do.
you dive in.
I'm gonna address what you just said first. There is nothing wrong with having a conversation, and I do believe these conversations are being had.
Mm-hmm.
However, the issue is what to say and how to say it, which is why it always seems like we're not having a conversation. The conversations are occurring, in my opinion.
Okay.
They're just not understanding each other because of one big thing, and I see this in all these. The biggest thing is one word: fear.
Okay. Okay.
He don't want to hurt her. She don't want to be hurt.
Right.
She don't want to hurt him. He don't want to be hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So what do? You limit how you speak. You limit how you communicate. You talk, but you're not going to say the thing that you believe might be a trigger for her to be like, "Oh, I'm done."
Right.
Or she's not going to say the things that she believes is going to be a trigger for him to be like, "Yo, I'm out. I don't need this."
Right. Understood.
Because of that fear, you're never truly being your true self when you're afraid.
That is something, and that's real. That's definitely real. But
yeah, but I know it's real. I said it.
Whatever. Okay, whatever, man. All right.
No, but for real, that fear is always the catalyst that ends relationships.
Yeah. Well, nobody needs to be walking on eggshells, and I feel like in this situation, he's walking on eggshells because he doesn't, want to be a trigger for her. You know what I'm saying? So in order to really dive in and address that, they need to communicate and be, either get on the same page so that he knows at least what are some of the things that, have happened truly to her in her past. He's he says she's been hurt a lot. Okay, but do you know what hurt her? You know what I'm saying? In order for y'all to not cross that bridge.
I mean, why do most women get hurt? How do most women get hurt?
How do they? It could be a lot of things. Don't necessarily have to be in relationship wise.
Getting cheated on.
Yeah.
Lied to,
all those things.
There's 3 simple things: cheated on, lied to, abused.
Physical, the abuse and stuff like that. Yeah, for me, in my situation that have happened, where I do have my triggers, for certain things that with people I've dealt with in the past, it's when someone has been abused or whatever, it's the not having a voice. So it's someone talking over you or whatever. So being the aggressor. And, you trying to have that conversation with them and they basically are being condescending or trying to lessen your voice. I don't like that in a relationship because it's like if we're having a conversation, this is why I'm so big on communication, is the fact that allow the other person to speak without you jumping on top of their words and saying like, oh, but that's not what, you're never hearing me if you're over talking me. You're not hearing my heart. You're not hearing who I am as a person. You really just want to get your voice off, and that's not okay for me. So those are the things. I'm so serious. So it's just
not
like
just his voice.
Yeah, like not just his voice off. So it's just
get
like
off. Period.
Yeah, period. And it's just like in that machismo thing where they asserting themselves and got their chest poked out because they really don't want to hear what you have to say about whatever they've done. Because that's the only time I react is when someone do something to me that I feel is disrespectful, that has violated, who I am as a person, and I'm going to address it. I'm not just going to sit idly by and just let that happen,
Okay.
So that is normally for me why I say these questions, hit home because they tied in to a lot of the bullshit that I experienced in my past, where it's just like, come on now, people just need to learn to be adults and genuinely communicate openly. And don't leave people in limbo. So that's my thing.
I get it.
Right.
Pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, I really just think it all comes down to people being afraid of being hurt or being a person that hurts. And there comes a moment when you don't have that fear. It's because you're actually with somebody that you truly trust.
Right.
And you truly are connected to in the sense that even if they do something you don't like, you can be okay with staying or going.
Yeah.
And that only happens when you release that fear of either being alone or being hurt or being the person that hurts the other person.
Truly. I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. And it all comes in time, So Mr. Concerned probably talk to Miss Empty Cup.
Or Miss Confused.
Or Miss Confused. And y'all figure it out. Because y'all like on the same page when it comes to that. Okay? So these were definitely good questions. So thank you to those that submitted the questions and so forth. If they would like to submit questions, how they can do this, man.
You can email us at dearloveandlust@gmail.com. You can go on Facebook to our Dear Love and Lust page. You can, message us there, inbox there. Oh, you just seeing the topics and trends?
I'm scrolling down to the topics and trends. I think I missed that before because I was so caught up in the questions that I did not see his one down here. I'm like,
So, today is November 1st.
Yes, it is. Oh.
Careful with the mic. Careful with the mic.
I'm like, what? Okay, go ahead.
And there is a trending topic on Twitter and social media right now.
Oh, gosh.
That, honestly, it wouldn't be me. And it's called No Nut November. So basically, men are not nutting all month. Well, men and women nut, actually, are not supposed to have an orgasm or nut through the whole month of November. That's damn near impossible.
Is that like the ice bucket challenge? Like people are paying money towards like the Alzheimer's Association or something like that?
This is not the first time I've heard this. This has happened
last year
for a few years on social media.
Really? I've never heard of this. Hear this again? I've never heard of this.
No, not November. Look it up. It's hilarious.
I'm gonna look it up after tonight. I've never heard of this.
No masturbating, no sex, no nothing, no nuts, no shower heads, no fingers.
Oh Lord! The type of work I do as a social worker, I'm about to have all type of crazy people bothering me because they just gonna be angry.
No bullets, no magic wands.
Don't be looking
no
at me.
Porn.
He just looked at me when he said that magic bullet shit. Okay, because he knows my secrets. Let me tell you something. First off, I don't use the magic bullet no more. Okay,
the magic bullet.
I don't use it no more. I had to stop using it because it was doing more damage than good. Okay, so that was years and years ago. I haven't used the magic bullet. Positive. I have not touched the bullet since 2013. Okay, so I gave it up. I gave it up. It is a long time. I deny.
No wonder you got so many damn jobs.
You know what? I'm gonna let Maine live. I'm gonna let him live. I'm gonna let him live.
Are we avoiding something, Miss Shay?
We're not avoiding anything.
Miss Bklyn Shay.
I know, because I work so many hours. I just go straight to sleep. Now I don't have that problem. Okay. Yeah. Used to be my nightcap. Ain't my nightcap no more.
Yeah, that's most women's nightcap.
Whatever.
Can't go to sleep until they zap themselves.
Whatever. That's not crazy, true, ladies. It's not
so
true.
you can do this challenge, huh?
It's not true.
You single and you don't.
I can not nut. I'm used to not nutting.
She can't even say it.
I'm used to not nutting. I can say it. I don't have a problem with it. I'm used to not nutting. Okay, but I can,
It ain't happening.
Are you doing the challenge?
Oh, hell no.
Okay, all right. So, man gonna get his nut on in November. Okay? None of
I put myself to sleep, damn it.
Yeah, go ahead on. Like, we ain't going out. Not at all. So, the next one. Holiday seasons are coming. I love the holidays. Oh my God, Christmas is my favorite holiday.
Yes,
I love it. All right. Whose house do you go to for Thanksgiving and Christmas? Your bae. Yours or your bae's? Okay. How about, what have you done in the past?
For some reason, I was under the belief that the man is always supposed to go to bae's. The ladies, women's.
Typically how the
initially.
Movies play it.
And then, once you get more serious, then you start bringing both families to your residence. Like if you live together and you got to establish a little home that's big enough for people to come over.
Time to come home.
When you're more, long-term relationships, then it's whoever's got the best food and biggest house.
Right.
But initially starting,
initially starting, what would you say? You gonna go to bae's family? Because they probably want to introduce you anyway.
It's a rock, paper, scissors kind of moment because food is the most important for Thanksgiving. Christmas, I can go either or. It don't matter.
Don't matter. Okay. What have you done in the past?
In the past? Oh, like I said, I always went to...
You went to the woman's. Okay. All right. Gotcha. For me...
And part of that also is because, my parents, Christmas stopped being a big deal as far as, going all out with trees and gifts and all that and extra food. Probably around 17, 18.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving... every other year or maybe every other 2 years they'll really cook. The other years we're going to somebody else's house.
Yeah.
Shout out to my boy, the Murdochs, their mom. She always has an extravagant Thanksgiving, that Trinidadian flavor.
Yes. With That's
touch of that American Yankee food at the same time.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. For me, when I was married, we did both. Like, shared homes, and 1 year we go here, 1 year we go there. Or when we all lived in the same area, of course, you start the morning off or the afternoon with this person, then you go to that person's and stuff like that. When I started, dating and everything like that, it was just me leaving and going to my destination type stuff. If the person didn't have somewhere to go, I'd probably bring them back a plate. But other than that, other than that, they were not coming to the establishment because my family is very big on people and their etiquette. So it's like if I didn't really vibe with them on that type of level, they were definitely not allowed to be in the home or whatever. So, people just got used to me showing up by myself. And I was the one that was, just bringing my kids along and that type of stuff. Other people they probably would bring anybody that they was dating at the time or whatever like that. But I'm big on that. I'm like, I don't feel people should have access to your life like that.
How long have you been single? I'm sorry. My bad.
I love this question. I wouldn't say. Let me say this so I could be politically correct. Okay.
You ain't gotta be.
I do. In my world. For the podcast, I really don't. But let's just say this: I don't have a ring on my finger, and until I have a ring on my finger, I'm still single. Feel me?
That's accurate.
And that's just it. That's the way I see it. So I've been single for quite some time. Okay.
That's
quite
accurate.
Some time. So,
but single.
That is single.
All right.
That is single.
I
promise you,
I'm not going to press you.
I promise you that's what it is. Until I get a ring on my finger, I am actually still single. I will not change my Facebook status. I will not do any of that. Okay? So
as you should.
And that's just where I'm at with it. Okay?
As you should.
Pretty much.
As you should.
Thank you so much. How about you? How long have you been single?
2.5 years.
Okay, good. See, you got numbers. I don't got no numbers. I don't even conceptualize those numbers whatsoever. I don't.
2.5 years. That was the last. Well, a little bit more. Almost. Actually, it might be almost 3 years.
Almost 3. Okay.
Since I was
you
in
said
an
you
actual
have long-term relationships with people, so that's good. For me, they normally last about 90 days. They have lasted 90 days. And
is that because you doing that Steve Harvey rule, and then that 90-day hit, they hit, and then they split?
I'm just going to say, I've done both. I've done a little bit of both. But I can honestly say that there's been people that I had around for a period of time that just didn't need to be around for a period of time.
So you was picking the wrong ones?
No, I'm not going to say that I was picking the wrong ones, because they have the ability to be good people. They just not good for me. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, I let people show me who they are, and then like I said, once they show me who they are, I say goodbye, thank you, and that's it. No more needs to be said. Now in that instance, there's no more that needs to be said, because we have established that you're a piece of shit. So there you go. And moving on.
Not me.
No, Maine and I have never, please, let's get this out here. We have never dated, and we are not dating. We are not any of that, okay? So he's commenting on his own stuff, not I. All right?
Some of your herbal friends
the herbal
seem to have that question.
Lord, don't they? Don't they? The herbal life. Yeah. I don't know. Just different sauce, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm truly holding out for my husband. So that's
there's a part of me that feels that, I don't want to date anybody unless they fit the mold of the person I'm going to marry.
Right.
But at the same damn time, it's just like, why not?
What? Why not date?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, yeah. Get out there if you want to put yourself out there. But I don't know. I can't say, because no matter what, I'm still going to obviously date to get whomever is meant to be in my essence, my core, you know what I'm saying? But being in a relationship for me is more important in terms of, okay, I've established that, and the person knows it coming in, that I am looking to be with a husband. I want a husband, I desire a husband, I deserve a husband, and I'm not giving up the Mickey cookie in that regards. That's it. And if we happen to go there, it probably would happen just so I could test the waters and see if we work through it. And then we're not going to do it no more. And then that's it. Because you're going to end up something for the rest of your life. I need to know that it's okay. I need to know that it's okay. That you would like to add? I think we've summed up our wonderful topics and trends. We've summed up the whole dear, love and lust.
Yeah.
And,
yeah, just make sure, you like, you share, you subscribe.
Please.
You go on MaineEventLive.com. You go on Dear Love and Lust Facebook. The Facebook.com/Dear Love and Lust.
Yes.
Check me out on Throwback Thursdays on MaineEventLive.com, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m.
Okay.
The audio's on Mixcloud.com. If you just want to,
just holler at a boy.
What you got going on? A few things, right? What's going on in November for you?
November, I have a Women's Summit coming up that I'm a part of with an amazing other women. I mean, it's a lot of us. So November 14th and 15th, you can check my page, Shavina Richardson, Bklyn Shay, for that information on a Women's Summit. Is definitely a Zoom type of affair. Of course, you can't be out there with people the way that we want to. And granted, because it's like, oh my God, it seems like 50 women or more that's affiliated with this particular event. Entrepreneurs, people that's absolutely just
love how you say that.
Yeah.
Entrepreneurs.
Listen, they doing a whole lot of stuff going on. I'm like, okay, y'all, businesswoman, business etiquette. I love it, every bit of it. And just selfless work that's happening with H.E.R Temple Monologues and stuff like that. We have the YouTube page. We trying to really get people to subscribe and like. So please go to H.E.R Temple Monologues and subscribe and like for that channel. We're uploading things on a weekly basis that stuff that we wasn't doing before. We're just trying to be very active with the page now, moving forward, and just go like, follow Bklyn Shay type stuff. See what's happening on that level. I'm finishing up my memoir. I started it and I had stopped 100 times. This has been a labor of love since 2012, since I started H.E.R Temple Monologues. That's how long I've been working on this memoir. I did a virtual one where I kind of gave people an inside of who I was visually, right? Before we even knew what that was. It's on my Bklyn Shay YouTube page. You can hear some of my history.
I'll look it up.
Yeah, please look it up. All right. And I wasn't really pushing it, but it's there. I started interviewing some ladies, and then we just got more heavily involved in H.E.R Temple stuff, so we started doing that a little bit more. But my memoir is about, ironically, the relationships that I've experienced. So it is about.
It's a big deal.
It is a big deal. It is definitely about a few impactful men that have come across Bklyn Shay, all true stories. So it should be a good read, definitely. And we talk about the nitty gritty, the love, the lust, all of that. Okay, the sexual encounters, the different things.
Everybody tunes into that.
Yes. Okay. So it's going to be interesting, and I obviously have kept people identity clouds,
anonymous,
little anonymous stuff deal. But it's truth, and it's my truth, and I'm going to finally release my truth and speak my truth about things. So that's what it is.
So this comes to the end of this episode.
It does. This is great. Thank you so much. I had a good time.
Again, make sure you follow us on YouTube, MaineEventLive.com, our Facebook page. I forgot to mention Maine Event Live merch and apparel.
Oh, yes. Okay. Showing out.
I got more clothes, shoes on my website that I went for my little bootleg t-shirt designs and actually got some quality products.
Got quality stuff. I look forward to having some merch. Yes, okay. Rock it up on here. Gotta represent.
You heard what you got going on in Guess what? I think that's it.
I think it's a wrap for sure. We are in the headquarters of H.E.R. Temple Monologues.
That didn't even do it.
Look at that. Did you do it right?
Didn't do it right.
And it's a wrap. I don't know if we did it right. But we getting there. All right. Holla. Peace.
Peace.